this video, I'm going to talk about 5 different ways in which you can lose weight without having to cut calories. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you 2 more bonus ways in which you can lose weight. So actually, I guess there's 7. Hey everyone, welcome to the front row. My name is Ed DeBoo, physical therapist out of Bellingham, Washington, integrative physical therapy. Now, before we go any further, I just want you to know I'm not a dietitian. I'm, like I said, a physical therapist by profession. However, I do have clients that come to see me every single day, and for many of them, unfortunately, weight is an issue with whatever it is that we're dealing with. So in this video, I thought I would share with you what I tell my clients about weight management, especially as it pertains to things that I deal with every day, which are back pain, hip pain, knee pain, all sorts of things. Although I'm not a dietitian, I make it a point to educate myself because that's all part of the process. If I know that if a client can lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, that their hip, back, or knee would feel better, then that's what I'm going to do. First thing I do is say, look, talk to your doctor about your weight management, but in the meantime, here are basically 5 different things, remember 2 bonuses at the end, that you can do that don't require cutting calories and going on a diet. One of the problems with going on a diet, I tell my clients, is that going on something implies that eventually you're going to come off. So you go on a diet, you're excited, start dropping a bunch of water weight at the beginning, the scale looks great, you feel good, and then all of a sudden it starts to plateau out. Maybe you yo-yo, maybe you go on vacation, you fall off the wagon, and the next thing you know, you're not only gaining the weight back, but sometimes even more weight than you lost before. So I try to talk to my clients about just establishing a healthy lifestyle, but 1 step at a time. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, 2 cups of water, preferably cold, before every meal. Water does a couple different things. Number 1, it keeps us hydrated, but water also has kind of a stomach filling effect. So not only are we getting our water in, which we're all supposed to be getting a little more hydrated anyway, but what we're also doing is almost kind of pre-filling our stomach just a little bit. So maybe we'll become satiated a little bit quicker regardless of what we're eating. So 2 cups of water before every meal. If you eat 3 times a day, you're at least getting 6 cups of water in, so it's win-win both ways. Second tip, take your time to eat. Don't go chugging down your food on the way to work or 10 minutes during your coffee break. Take at least 20 minutes, if not more, to eat. Properly chew your food, take some time, maybe start with some soup, something that takes you a longer time to eat, only because it takes about 20 minutes for our brains to kind of register that we're eating and for some of those signals from the stomach to make their way up to the brain that says, I think I'm getting a little bit full, maybe I ought to cut back on my eating. So don't scarf down your food, make it an event, 20 minutes at least to eat your food and chew, 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 chew. All right, number 3, this is something I talk to my clients a lot about, not just for weight loss, but also for metabolic benefits. Time-restricted eating. So it's not intermittent fasting, it's time-restricted eating. We're not cutting calories, but what we're doing is we're trying to get all of our eating in, or like I say, keep your kitchen open for no more than 12 hours in the day to start. So what that means is you finish your last calorie, let's say, for example, at 7 p.m. So nothing after that. Keep your kitchen closed for 12 hours and nothing, no calories until 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. That includes any cream or anything like that you might put in your coffee. So that's a 12-hour window where you're not eating at all. What that does is, first of all, we tend to eat less calories. It eliminates that late night snack, first of all, and plus it gives our gut a chance to actually take a break and not constantly be processing food or alcohol or calories. We were never designed to be eating throughout our waking day. Breakfast at 6 or 7, dinner at 7 at night, followed by a late night snack, and we sleep for 6 hours, 7 hours, get up and we start eating again. Now, along with the time-restricted feeding, it is also better to front load your calories. So ideally, your biggest meal is going to be breakfast, then a little smaller for lunch, and a pretty light dinner. So the thing to remember is eat like a king for breakfast, maybe a prince for lunch, and then maybe a popper, a really light dinner. We just are able to process foods better first thing in the morning than we are at night. The next tip is to sleep, and to sleep well. You need at least 7+ hours of sleep a night. It's usually right around that 7.5 to 8 hours a night. If you are chronically sleep deprived, which means you're not getting at least 7.5 hours of quality sleep at night, you tend to overeat the next day. A couple reasons why. Sometimes you search for food to kind of wake you up a little bit. Maybe you have that extra cup of coffee, and especially if it's not black, you've got dairy, creamer in there, you got something in there that's going to give you more calories. Secondly, our hunger hormone actually increases when we are sleep deprived. So people who are chronically sleep deprived on average eat anywhere from 200 to 400 calories more per day just because they're not sleeping well at night. So make sure, and sleep hygiene is a whole nother animal, but make sure you try to do what you can to sleep well at night. Tip number 5, 2 teaspoons of vinegar with each meal. So back before we had these great diabetic medicines to help control blood sugars, they actually used vinegar because vinegar has a property in there that actually reduces the blood sugar spike from food. So if you eat white bread, blood sugar spike. However, if you dip that bread in balsamic vinegar or something like that, it tends to dampen it a little bit. I'm not telling you to eat white bread, but at the same time, we're also talking about not cutting calories. These are just little tricks that you can do to not only help improve your overall weight, but also to understand the physiology of what's going on when you do certain things. And another bonus of vinegar is it actually helps you to feel a little bit fuller, so you're more satiated, less likely to eat more. The easiest way to go about that is think about having a little side salad for lunch and for dinner with a little balsamic vinegar. So that way, not only are you getting your veggies, but you're getting all the health benefits of having the vinegar, plus you've already had your 2 cups of water, so chances are you're not going to overeat whatever meal comes after that side salad. Now, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking around. If you found the video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, ding, and turn on your notification so you never miss another one of our videos. Bonus number 1, no food or calories for 3 hours before bed. So for example, if you go to bed at 10, try to close down the kitchen, the last calorie by 7 p.m. Gives you 3 hours to digest your food, which is always a good thing. And the last one, a little controversial, but if you look at the science, it actually says that it is a beneficial part of weight management is actually weighing yourself daily. Wait a minute, Ed, what's that going to do, especially if I'm not dieting? Remember, we don't want you to be on a diet. We're talking about making subtle lifestyle changes, but weighing ourselves daily, what that does is it helps us to track what our weight is, because we can't manage something unless we track it. In PT school, they say, well, how do you know what the range of motion is if you've never measured it? So same kind of thing. Who knows where your weight is, and maybe you don't want to get on a scale because you don't like what the scale is going to say. That's understandable. But if you look at the literature, weighing yourself is part of an effective overall strategy for weight loss and weight management. So think about doing that. Plus, it'll hold you a little bit more accountable, and you'll be more likely to maybe stay with that daily walking program and to stay with some of these things that we talked about, that automatically, if you stick with this, it's going to help you lose weight, even if you're not ready to give up that fast food, or you're still like your desserts after dinner, or whatever it might be. All right, so there you go. We haven't even talked about the benefits of exercise and everything else. And if you're new to the channel, I've got all sorts of things on there about exercise and the 5 pillars of fitness. If you want to take your aging to the next level, make sure you check out livewell50.com. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Hope you found the video helpful, and good luck.